Express 3. How are you? I'm very well here in Guarani. Hope you are good too. Let's go for our week number 5 of extra activities. So again, we're going to start from reading, and you have a letter on page number 1, and the first questions you have to answer are who is it to? So who is the letter to? So is the letter for me, is the letter to a friend, okay? The second question is who is it from? So who wrote the letter? And what is the letter about? These are the 3 questions you have to answer first. Then you have a true or false activity, and number 3, you have to separate in 3 columns some words you find in the letter. The first column, you have to write the furniture. What is furniture, teacher? Table is a furniture, chair, so everything you put in a house, okay? So a bed, a wardrobe, so this is furniture. The other thing is rooms. Can you think about some examples? I'm sure you can. So living room, dining room, and so on. So if you find it in the text, write it there. And prepositions of place. Example, next to, opposite. You have some. For example, freeway is next to a house, and freeway is opposite Papa Dog is the name of the restaurant, okay? So please find some examples of these words and separate them in columns. Then we have writing. You have to write some sentences. The first sentences are negative or affirmative. You have it there for you. It's indicating there, like in the example, a small cinema. It's positive, affirmative, so there is a small cinema. And negative, there aren't any public bathrooms. So you have to write 5 more examples, so 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then you have to write some questions on number 2. So look at this. Is there a bathroom at our school? So you can answer. So yes, there is. Actually, there are 3 bathrooms at Freeway. So write the questions. So number 1, you write affirmative and negative sentences. Number 2, questions. My suggestion, before doing writing, go to use of English and then you return. Why? Because I'm going to explain now when do you use there is, there are, there isn't, and there aren't. So, in English, pay attention to this sentence. In my house, there is a bedroom. Or, in my house has a bedroom. So I'm going to repeat. In my house there is a bedroom. In my house has a bedroom. So the second sentence is Portuguese. When we want to describe a place or something, we use there is and there are. We don't use it has or they have when I mean city, for example. Rio and São Paulo, they have many people. No, there are many people there. Again, the dog. I'm sorry for the dogs. I'll never be able to record anything here without a dog barking. It's impossible. Anyways, let's continue. So please, describe the room you are now. So for example, in this room, I'm here. There is, let me show you. There is a door, there is a bag, there is a chair where I am sitting on. Okay, so you can do this with the room you are now. After this, you go to page number 4 and you have some activities. The first activity you have to complete with there is and there are and a, some, and any. Remember that a is an article or a, okay, depends on the sentence. For example, I'm a teacher. So this is used for singular words. When you have quantities but you don't know exactly the number, you can use some or any. Usually, okay, there are exceptions, but usually some we use in affirmative sentences and any in negative and questions. So that's it. So please complete with the reason. There are some, or any. And then you have to write the sentences using in the plural and using some or any. Look at the example. There's an armchair in the living room. There are some armchairs in the living room, okay? So some I use in the affirmative sentence when I don't know exactly how many. So I can use some. Some can be 10, can be 20, can be 5, okay? And then you have another activity. You have to circle the correct answer. Number 2 on page number 5, you have to reorganize the sentences, the questions actually. And on page number 6, you have to answer the questions you ordered in number 5. Good? Number 4 is on page number 7, and you have to complete with verb to be, affirmative or negative, with is, are, isn't, or aren't. And finally, you have listening and speaking. You have a picture, and in the picture there is to rent. What is it to rent? My apartment in Juiz de Fora is not mine, so I rent the apartment. I pay a person to live there, so I rent the apartment. The house here in Guarani, I don't rent because it's my parents' house. Good? So you have to listen first to track 4.13, and the only thing you have to answer is which 3 rooms in the house are they go into. So listen and pay attention to this specific information, to this piece of information, okay? Then you have to listen again, 4.13, 4.13, and complete the dialogue. After that, you have to listen another audio track, which is 4.14, and you have to answer what does Kim say about one of the bedrooms. So what is her observation, what is her opinion about the bedrooms, one of the bedrooms, and whose bedroom was it? Whose bedroom was it? For example, was it her bedroom? Susan's bedroom, okay? So who is the owner of the bedroom? And finally, the last listening activity, which is 4.15, you have to listen and answer the question. So what do they have to drink and why? And that's it. And to practice a little bit of speaking, I'd like you to answer this question. When you go out, what do you usually have for drinking? So what do you usually drink when you go out? When you go to a restaurant or to a pub or bar, what do you usually drink? Do you always drink the same thing? Or different places, different drinks? So talk a bit about this, okay? Thank you a lot. See you soon. Goodbye. Take care.